There are performers who command attention, and then there are artists who reshape the atmosphere. J-Hope belongs to the latter. When Jung Hoseok steps onto a stage, something intangible shifts, not because he demands to be seen, but because rhythm itself seems to follow him. His presence is kinetic, emotional, deliberate. It is joy refined through discipline, optimism earned through struggle, and artistry shaped by years of invisible labor. To understand J-Hope is to understand movement, not just as dance, but as growth. His story is not one of effortless brightness, but of persistence, self-reinvention, and a constant negotiation between expectation and authenticity.
2013년 3월 24일 맞나? 첫 페이지에는 나한테 보내는 메시지가 없다. 괜찮아 잘 될 거야.
Jung Hoseok was born on February 18, 1994, in Gwangju, South Korea, a city known for its strong cultural identity and deep historical memory. Long before fame entered his life, movement did. As a child and teenager, Hoseok was drawn not to microphones or melodies, but to dance, specifically hip-hop and street styles like popping, locking, freestyle, and boogaloo. He didn't learn dance in polished studios. He learned it in practice rooms, on concrete floors, in underground spaces where skill mattered more than image. As a member of the street dance crew Neuron, he competed, lost, won, and learned humility. These years were formative not just technically, but philosophically. Street dance taught him timing, control, individuality, and respect for culture. It taught him that expression must be earned. This background would later set him apart in an industry often built on uniformity. Before he was ever an idol, J-Hope was a dancer first, serious, rooted, and deeply connected to hip-hop's history. When Hoseok joined Big Hit Entertainment, it was not because he was a rapper, it was because he was a performer with undeniable presence. In fact, he entered the company with little formal training in rap or vocals, an unusual starting point for someone who would later become part of BTS's rap line. Training was brutal, not physically, but psychologically. He had to learn to express himself in unfamiliar ways, to translate rhythm into words. During this time, RM played a crucial mentoring role, helping Hoseok understand flow, lyricism, and rap as storytelling rather than aggression. The transition was not seamless. There were moments of doubt, fear, and insecurity, but Hoseok possessed something rare: discipline without ego. He practiced relentlessly. He observed carefully. Slowly, he developed a rap style that did not imitate others, but reflected himself. Groove-based, rhythm-driven, emotionally timed. When he chose the name J-Hope, it was intentional. It was a promise to fans, to his members, and to himself that no matter how heavy things became, he would remain a source of light.
첫 번째 내 목표는 방탄이 데뷔하기 전까지 내 랩 실력을 더 키우는 것이다. 그리고 두 번째 목표는 지금까지 쳐왔던 춤을 더 프로답고 더 멋있게 잘 추고 싶다. 이 두 가지 목표를 꼭 이뤄서 방탄이 데뷔할 때 대중분들께나 팬분들께 꼭 좋은 모습으로 보여드리고 싶다.
On June 13th, 2013, BTS debuted with No More Dream. From the beginning, J-Hope was impossible to ignore. His facial expressions were vivid. His movement was precise yet loose. His energy felt different, less rehearsed, more lived in. Within BTS, J-Hope naturally became the performance anchor. He wasn't always the center, but he was the one holding the structure together. His timing stabilized formations. His stamina drove high-energy choreographies. His body told stories even when he wasn't singing. Beyond the stage, he served as the group's emotional stabilizer. Known as the mood maker, he carried responsibility quietly, lifting others, diffusing tension, keeping morale intact. Yet this role came with a cost. Being the source of positivity often meant hiding exhaustion. As BTS grew from rookies to global artists between 2014 and 2017, J-Hope grew too, not louder, but deeper. He began contributing more creatively, shaping sound, rhythm, and performance identity. Still, one question lingered beneath the smile. Who am I outside the group? The answer began with Hope World. Released in 2018, the mixtape was vibrant, playful, and unmistakably J-Hope. Songs like Daydream and Airplane carried bright production and infectious energy, but lyrically they were reflective. He spoke about dreams, gratitude, pressure, and the strange loneliness that can accompany success. Airplane looked back at his trainee days, questioning whether achievement felt the way he once imagined. Blue Side, quiet and melancholic, acknowledged sadness behind optimism. This was not contradiction, it was balance. Hope World debuted on the Billboard 200, making J-Hope one of the first Korean solo artists to achieve such a milestone. But more importantly, it introduced him as a complete artist, capable of holding a narrative on his own. In 2019, J-Hope released Chicken Noodle Soup with Becky G, a track that was less about charts and more about lineage. Inspired by the early 2000s dance anthem, the song paid homage to street dance culture across generations and borders. It entered the Billboard Hot 100, making J-Hope the first BTS member to chart as a soloist there. But beyond numbers, the song symbolized something deeper. No matter how global he became, he never abandoned where he came from. Dance was not a phase, it was home. If Hope World was introduction, Jack in the Box was confrontation. Released in 2022, the album stripped away the expectation of constant cheer. Tracks like More and Arson explored ambition, burnout, ego, and the destructive side of passion. Fire became metaphor, both for drive and for damage. J-Hope questioned identity openly. He rejected labels. He admitted exhaustion. This wasn't darkness for effect, it was honesty. That same year, he took the stage at Lollapalooza as a headliner, becoming the first South Korean artist to do so. Alone on that massive stage, he proved something undeniable. He didn't need the safety of a group to command the world. From April 2023 to October 2024, J-Hope fulfilled his mandatory military service. Even then, creation never stopped. Hope on the Street Volume 1 felt less like a release and more like a reflection, returning to street dance, to roots, to the boy from Gwangju who moved because he loved to move. The project bridged past and present, reminding fans that artistry is not always forward motion. Sometimes it is return. Following his discharge, J-Hope launched his first solo world tour, Hope on the Stage 2025, performing across Asia, North America, and beyond. His later releases, including Sweet Dreams and Mona Lisa, continued to chart globally, proving sustained relevance beyond BTS. By this point, he was no longer just a member branching out. He was a globally respected solo performer, known for conceptual depth, performance integrity, and artistic courage.
연습생 때 항상 나 저 무대에 언제 설 수 있을까? 나를 좋아하는 사람들이 나를 위해 응원을 해주고 또 힘찬 응원과 환호를 해주면 어떤 느낌일까? 그 생각이 현실이 돼서 지금 이렇게 제 음악을 하고 있고 팬분들의 사랑도 받으며 열심히 활동하고 있네요.
자꾸 뭔가 샤라웃을 할 때 제 스스로도 소름 돋아요. 전 세계 팬분들이 환호를 해주시는 뭔가 그런 상상을 해보면 가수인 게 자랑스럽게 느껴지는 그런 순간입니다.
J-Hope has received numerous honors, including the Hagwon Order of Cultural Merit in 2018 alongside BTS, recognizing their role in promoting Korean culture worldwide. He has also quietly supported philanthropic causes, particularly those focused on children and education. But his true legacy cannot be measured in awards. He redefined performance-based idols. He brought street dance culture to the global mainstream. He showed that positivity does not erase pain, it coexists with it. He proved that growth does not mean abandoning identity. Hope in his world is not naive optimism. It is discipline. It is honesty. It is choosing to keep moving even when the fire burns too hot.
지금 하는 일에 최선을 다하며 그리고 감사하며 이 자리를 지킨다는 게 굉장히 큰 도전일 것 같아요.
As BTS prepares for reunion and renewal, J-Hope stands not as the same man who debuted in 2013, but as someone fully formed through change. From Gwangju streets to global stages, his journey is not about perfection, it is about evolution, the courage to question yourself, the humility to return to your roots, and the strength to redefine what hope truly means. Not a smile, not a role, but a way of enduring.
저는 오늘도 느꼈습니다. 아, 내가 있어야 할 자리는 이 무대구나. 그리고 우리 아미 앞이구나. 그리고 오늘 우리 가족 왔어요. 우리 아빠, 엄마 지금 잘 안 보이는데 다시 한번 우리 가족한테 사랑한다는 말 전하고 싶고 우리 다 아미 여러분들 덕분에 이렇게 제가 무대에 있고 이 무대에서 우리 가족한테 저의 모습을 보여줄 수 있는 것 같아요. 정말 두말 필요 없이 진짜 화양연화인 것 같아요. 정말 사랑합니다 다들. 감사해요.